Here's today's look. I was challenged to do an emerald makeup look. I love the eye look. I'm not nuts about the cheek. It's a journey. The lip color, also a journey. But I really love how the eye look came together. So to see that, I'm going to jump to No Makeup Cupcake and we will get into it. See you soon. Oh, guys. We're here. We're in fall, in the thick of it. I mean, for me, I feel like as soon as October starts, it's fall in my head. But where I live, we still have a lot of like really warm weather. But now that it's November, it's actually like feeling cool outside. It feels nice. I have been challenged by a fan to do an emerald green look. I'm very excited about it. I like the color green. I'm actually wearing a green dress today, but I actually like the color green. I just don't reach for it very much. So maybe that's why they challenged me. But I'm not going to spend too much time talking about like the actual products I'm using because it doesn't super matter. I'm mostly here to just chat. I am getting ready to start a series where I see if I can dupe eyeshadow palettes with stuff that I already have. Because I do have a lot of single shadows. I have a lot of like magnetic palettes to where I can move things around. I will say I do wish I had some of the Blend Bunny magnetic palettes because the ones that I have from Blend Bunny are actually not magnetic, so I haven't taken them apart. But I really like Blend Bunny's matte formula. It's a really good matte formula. I also, in addition to me trying to like go through and see if I can dupe like palettes and things like that. In addition to that, what I want to do is see if I can remove things from my wish list, but also help people if they, like if a company releases a palette and I know I've seen it before, kind of give like good comparisons to that. I don't know. It's just a thing that sounds nice to me. I think, so for the emerald look, I am going to use a shimmer from Glaminatrix. I have this really pretty like green shimmer. I think it's called Snake. Solid Snake. But I am going to go in, I'm actually going to keep this kind of simple. So that way the emerald is going to be the star. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the Swan palette and I'm going to use the bronzer shade as just kind of like my transition shade. Because I actually, again, I always do this when I don't have a lot of time to get ready because I have other stuff I want to do today. But I wanted to at least pop on and hang out. Just for a little bit anyway. You know? I do think that I am going to use, I have a green highlighter that I might use. It's from Lethal Cosmetics from one of their collaborations with Teresa's Dead. I really like it. I think at the time she called it like food poisoning. Like you get like a food poisoning glow from it. But I used it actually on Halloween. I was a witch this year. I'll put in a picture here of me being a witch. It was really fun. I got to, like, I decided to kind of do a little wig makeover because that wig had seen better days for sure. So yeah, I like this bronzer as like a transition shade on my lid. It's just kind of a nice, like warm brown. Obviously, it's a bronzer. Guys, it's not a Monday when I'm recording this, but it feels like a Monday. Oof. I don't know about you guys, but it's early November when I'm recording this, and my work, my like 9 to 5 job, they had their first open enrollment meeting to talk about insurance, and ooh, that chat got spicy. People are pissed about our insurance changes, but mostly they're mad that our HR team essentially sold their information to make an AI chatbot to help you with like your benefits, essentially. And the thing that's funny to me about that is I know that these people also have like a phone in their pocket where I'm sure like their data in some app is being used in some way or like sold to data brokers. This video is sponsored by, no, I'm kidding. I don't have any sponsors yet. Dream big, you know? Anyway, I'm sure that they have like companies or whoever that are, you know, just like using their data for whatever. But for whatever reason, they decided that the AI chatbot at work for their benefits is too much. But our benefit team, like our HR team, did let people know, like, hey, you can opt out of using this. Like, you don't even have to sign into it, yada, yada. People were still like, but you used my stuff to do that. And they're like, yeah, we told you we would. Like, it was a part of like the employee handbook that like they can use whatever data that we submit in like any way they see fit. I don't know. It was very silly to me as someone who's like, I just prefer to ignore this thing that I plan on not using. So it was kind of funny to me that people were like, I'm real mad. And I'm like, okay. You work here. So, you know, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a lighter. Ooh, that's a little more gold than I wanted. But I like it. Emeralds can be light green too, right? Like a yellowy green. This is also a shade from Glaminatrix, but I can't remember what it's called. So, sorry. It's one I used in my Horde palette, though. It's that one. I think it might be vanilla from their Sugar and Spice palette. But yeah, so, you know, that was fun work drama for me. And I got to use my Professor Farnsworth gif of tell it I hate it. Well, tell them I hate them. Because that's me, like, whenever, because they introduced us to this new chatbot. They're like, let me introduce you to this new chatbot that we have for our benefits this year. And I was like, tell them I hate them. Because that's just where I'm at. Like, I don't care enough to be mad. You know, I don't. I have other stuff to worry about. Like, that's not the hill I'm willing to die on. You know, it's just not. But I do like this look quite a bit. I do think I am going to hit the inner corner with more of a green, but what green? What green? Because, yeah, I want to keep it very emerald. Let's see. No, Bloodstone's too blue. Let me look at my greens. I mean, I guess I'm going to dip into a Cleonid shade for my green, for my lighter green. I think I'm going to go into this one here, which I believe is yellow. Yellow. It's really pretty. And I think, oh yeah, that's better. I can already see that I like that more. Yeah, although it's hard to cover up the gold. Fuck. Choices were made, and they cannot be unmade. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. But anyway, I am really looking forward to the cozy season. I want it to be even colder outside. It's like we've had weather that's been staying in like the high, like mid to high 50s. And I'm like, bring me the 40s. Bring me it being cold. I just love sweaters. I love like a cozy sweater day. Okay. I think this emerald look is very, very nice. I'm trying out something new with my hair today, and I don't know if I like it. So, what a day to record stuff. When I'm trying new things. It's been like a weirdly salty kind of day. But you know, that is the energy that I bring to the function. Kind of salty, kind of weird. I was going to say like spam, but you know, I guess that's not wrong. Kind of weird, kind of salty, kind of meaty. Anyway, I'm going to use the NYX Plump Right Back primer. I don't know how long it's been that I've had this little sample, so I kind of want to finish it. It's a nice one. It's nice and hydrating. Oh. And I mean that. Especially today. I don't know what it is. I've been struggling with like drinking enough water. This is your reminder. Go fill up your water cup. Go get, water. Fill up a water bottle. If you're me, I have like a specific cup that I use for like my ice water. So what I do is every 2 water cups that I have, I will have one that has like fun flavoring in it, like lemonade or whatever. Nothing too exciting. But it's just one of those like little things that helps me drink enough water. And I'm even going to mix my foundation in with another primer that I'm trying to use up. Does anyone like those squishy noises? I don't know if you could hear those. Cool. Fun, you guys. It jump scares me every time. But it does oxidize down to my shade. Cool. But yeah, there's been, for me, it feels like there's been a lot of like work drama at my company. And part of me is like, I hope they go under. I'm mostly kidding when I say that. Like, I would go into such a spiral if like my company went under, because it's not a huge corporation or anything. It's like no one's ever heard of it whenever I talk about it. So, but I do compliance work. And I know that if I wanted to get another compliance job, I probably could. I have like over 10 years experience in compliance. Not to brag. It's really not worth bragging about. But I do have it. And it looks really good on a resume to be like, I've got over 10 years of compliance experience and I can write reports and I can tell you where you did shit wrong. But like, who cares? But if my company went under, one, I'd definitely like try to get unemployment, obviously. I'd probably apply for a job that I'm actually passionate about, try to transition into that. Because right now, like, my job's fine. It pays me the right amount to be able to do what I like to do outside of work. And that's kind of all I ask for in a job. But here we are. So I'm going to go in with the Swan palette again, and I'm going to see if I regret my choices and use this like coral blush. Actually, it's a peach one. I lied. This peach one here. This one. I'm going to mix it in with like the highlighter and the finishing powder. It is called Sunset Flush. Yeah, Sunset Flush. And I will mix it with Golden Hour and Dim Light. Probably mostly Dim Light. But with this palette, like I have used it, and yeah, it's definitely deeper for, I don't know, sick Victorian child. What do you want to call my complexion? I think sick Victorian child is kind of perfect. Ooh, yeah. I don't know that I'm loving that. I feel like there's definitely like a cast on my face that just looks kind of dirty. But, you know, we have committed to the bit, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone in between.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
You know, it's not the worst. Do I like it? Not really. I'm gonna try to use this peach color. Yeah. Did we fly too close to the sun? I think we might have, guys. But I can fix him, she said, knowing that she could not, in fact, fix him. Speaking of I could fix him, we keep watching scary movies, and I'm not very good with scary movies, guys. We watched a movie with Sam Neill, and I do not recommend it, and it's not Event Horizon, but we watched a movie with Sam Neill from the early 80s called Possession. It left me like scratching my head, being like, what the fuck did I just watch? What even was that? So I don't recommend it, but it was very much a like fun to watch and kind of make fun of. Like if you're going to have some, you know, whatever you have that makes you feel silly, whether that's alcohol or candy or whatever, do that responsibly. But go into that movie with the intent of like, I'm going to have a good time. And that's it. Let's see. How are we looking? We are looking very, very shiny. Oh my God. Ooh, let's pull the snake palette because you know what? Why not? And I'm going to go in with Dream Light and Divine Light and see if I can't lighten this up. Because yeah, my cheeks look crazy. Don't worry. I don't use this makeup on anyone else. So if I blow off the powder, it's only going to be for me. Yeah. I already like that more. I'm sure you're looking at it and you're like, it looks zero different. But in person, it looks different. And in fact, I'm going to go in with the warmer blush in this, which is called Peach Fusion. Yeah, that's the kind of peach I wanted on my cheeks. Again, I'm sure you're looking at it and you're like, that doesn't look any different. But it does in person. It looks like way too much blush. So that I am also going to correct here in a moment. Because, you know, I love blush, but I also have things to do today. Again, I think I'm almost to the end of this bottle of Studio Fix. And you know, I have a backup. I always like when I see comments about how like MAC has fallen off. And yet when I go to Ulta or like I look online, they always have stuff sold out. Like people are shopping through MAC. They are. but it's not as exciting of a brand as they used to be. And I think that's why, like, a lot of people have said, Mac's fallen off and stuff like that, because they really don't do exciting things anymore. They might. Like, I remember recently they came out with like these single multi-chromes in like a little, like the MAC eyeshadow, like plastic essentially. And they were like over $20 and it just wasn't worth it. And I think people now who want like something fancy, who want that multi-chrome effect, I think they're more going to like independent brands, indie brands. They're looking at Glaminatrix. They're looking at, Cleona. They're looking at those other brands to be like, okay, what can you bring? Because MAC just isn't it. But I don't think they've necessarily fallen off with regard to like sales. But similar to like Urban Decay, they used to be cooler. Like MAC used to be very cutting edge. They were at the forefront of like trends, things like that. Same with Urban Decay. Like they used to, have vibrant palettes and, grungy themes and things like that. And now it's all very sanitized and sterile. And it's not really calling to the people who are looking for something different. So I think that's also part of why it feels like they've fallen off. I'm also going to do my liner with this little stick. It's a duochrome stick from Charmacy. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I say it. It's a Amazon brand. Well, okay. It's not an Amazon owned brand, but it is a brand that I purchased from Amazon a million years ago. Okay, let's put lip pencil on. I'm going to do that off camera really quick. And I'm going to do my eyeliner off camera. Okay, I did go in with a little bit of the Lifter Glaze in the shade Caramel Glow. I like it. It kind of gives my lips like a more neutral brown tone. And then I'm going to go over it with a Fenty lip oil in the shade Fenty Glow. I really like this one. Nice and hydrating. Okay, now I'm going to spray my face down and then I am actually going to do my mascara off screen. So I will come back with the final look. Okay, as you can see, we had an incident. So I'm actually going to wait for that to dry a little bit and then I will sort it out. But give me a moment. So we fixed it up. I think I have everything done. Yeah, except my hair. I'll keep fiddling with that. But this is the finished look. We did it. We did it. So, what do you think of my emerald look? Let's get a little closer for the eye look. Very nice. I'm still not nuts about the cheeks. I'm also not nuts about the lip color that I chose. But I think in general, it's a vibe. It's giving woodland fairy. If we're being generous, let's be generous, please. Can we be generous today? But that is all that I have for you for today. Please, in the comments, let me know if you made it this far. Tell me about your recent work drama. Do you have work drama? Tell me about your recent drama in your life. I love tea. I love messy, messy tea. So, tell me about that down in the comments. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a good day, night, whatever time it is. I hope you take care of yourself. I hope you're kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.